All right, all right, all right. I'm ready. I'm ready. You gotta pump yourself up. You gotta pump yourself up. You gotta pump yourself up in this world. You gotta pump yourself up. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. We're ready. We're ready. Okay, everyone. My name's Anick.Scentsy.ca, also known as Anick Jerva. Guys, I'm super pumped to be here. So pumped to be here. Make sure my computer doesn't hang up. Hi. Hi. Okay, guys. I'm super pumped to be here. Super pumped to be here. You gotta pump yourself up. That is also the part of leadership that a lot of people forget. You gotta pump yourself up. You gotta, cause if you don't pump yourself up, who is supposed to pump you up? If you think and assume that your sponsor is gonna pump you up, if you think and assume that your director is gonna pump you up, you're wrong. You're wrong. Like if you're just gonna wait for that, we're not in the game of waiting, guys. We're in the game of creating. Ooh, that was like a really fun quote. Hey, someone needs to. We're not in the game of waiting. We're in the game of creating. It is so important to create, and that is all about leadership. It's all about leadership. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining in. I'm so pumped that you guys are watching this live. I'm so pumped that you guys are doing this director program with Patricia. It's amazing. And it tells me that you're already an incredible leader. It tells me that you want more in life. It tells me that you're ready and willing to do more. But, here's the thing. Some people, if you're like my mother, you'll read all of the books and do nothing with it. You'll read all the books and not apply it to your life. So I really hope that you give yourself the benefit of the doubt. I hope you realize that you are way more powerful than you think, and that everyone who's really successful, the only difference between them and you is that they heard more no's. More doors closed on them than you. It's the only difference, guys. Okay? And they want it more than you. It takes effort. In anything, effort. Okay? If you're not willing to put any effort, yes, your business is going to crumble. If you wake up and all you do is focus on the negative, and all you think about is all the negative situations in your business, or you tell yourself how, crappy of a consultant you are, or that you're horrible at sales and horrible at recruiting, and you're a horrible leader, you're going to build a really negative bubble around you, and you're never going to attract success. Never. If you are a real leader wakes up, makes their bed. They make their bed. Sometimes I don't make my bed. But a real leader pumps themselves up and is their own best friend and realizes that they have something to give to the world. And because all you got to do is try. All you got to do is effort. All you got to do is put in the hours, put in the work, okay? So one of the greatest thing about being a leader is lead by example. Lead by example. Do the things that you want your downline to do. And one of the great things about my business is what I really loved, and one of the things that has helped me become successful is I led by example. I'm always top sales and top recruiter, always. Okay, not always, but pretty much, generally speaking, yes, I am. Also, I am, in most cases, pretty positive. 2020, Nick went for a little spin, but that's okay. That's okay. Gotta give myself some grace and realize that there are times that life will happen to you. Life will happen to you, and you're not gonna want to get out of bed. You're not gonna want to get up and do the work. But if you're a leader, you have to. You don't want to lose on that momentum, okay? So lead by example is really, really important. Humility goes a long way. Never think that you know everything. Don't think that you know everything. Okay, so I'm doing the top 10 leadership tips, okay? So this is number 2. Little humility goes a long way. When you become a director and you now think that you're better than other people, that's going to cause a lot of drama in your family. You're no better than anybody. Listen to me. Just because you're a higher rank, just because I'm an SSD, I am not any better than you. Nobody is better than anybody. And if you think that you're better qualified because you're a director and you have people under you. Those people brought you where you are. So you really need to check yourself and before you wreck yourself, because you're no better than anybody. It is a team effort that brought you to where you are right now. Okay? So never forget that. Oh man, there's a bunch. Camilla! Oh my gosh. Hi, girl. I didn't say there was all these comments. Okay. Communicate effectively. This is really important because you need to communicate. One, if you're a great leader, if you want to be a great leader, you need to communicate to people on what is your goal, where you want to go. You need to communicate that with your customers. You need to communicate that with your circle of friends to tell them, like, man, this is my goal in my Scentsy business. People are going to hold you accountable for that. Even your team, even your group, okay, guys, I want to be the director. I need to help so-and-so get to start, so-and-so get to here, so-and-so get to that. Communication. Do your coaching calls and be like, okay, my goal is here. What's your goal? Because I know how life works. If I help you get to your goal, the reaction and that the side effect of that is that I end up getting my goal, which is incredible, which is amazing. Communication is everything. Go live in your group, email people, get in touch with people. And sometimes when life happens, it's hard to do that because you don't have the energy. So you can use something like SyncShare or Visly to be consistently communicating. Consistency is also part of communication. If you want to be legit leader in this business, you can't just fall off the planet for 2-3 months. People are going to just forget that you're a consultant, okay? So you need to be communicating constantly and consistently on a consistent level, okay? Keep everything positive. Keep your Facebook positive, keep your groups positive, keep your meetings positive, keep everything positive. And as I say that, I'm like, well, Anick, in 2020, you weren't necessarily always positive. And that is true. That is true. But thankfully for me, my business was pretty established by the time. But here, listen to this. When Facebook just started, no, I think it was probably about 15 years ago, I was so sick and tired of all the negativity on Facebook. And I was one of the first ones that just to start, well, I don't know if I was one of the first ones, like, whoa, relax there, Nick. But I was someone who's like, no, I am going to just be positive, constantly positive. And then I became that positive girl on Facebook. And then got a really big following, and I went down the positive affirmation road. I went down the new age road about affirmations and like looking at yourself and be like, you are awesome, you are amazing, you are successful, you are gifted, you are awesome. And I would tell myself that all the time because deep down inside, I was totally broken. I had all these, childhood traumas that, I hadn't dealt with, that I thought I dealt with, and I was just faking it to make it, and I put band-aids on everything. And then 2020, literally, those traumas just like flew through everything. That's what happened. When we go through stages, your traumas get re-triggered. So I'm going to give myself some grace. So I know a lot of you guys have, maybe seen a different side of yourself in 2020. Maybe you saw a different side of everybody else. All I like to remember is hurt people hurt. And everyone's seeing things in a different light. And just own who you are. But remember to stay positive. So now, if you go on my Facebook, it's all positive things. Because I'm like proof. Seriously. So high school, I was super negative. Like, I thought I was the scum of the earth. Like, I just felt unworthy most of my life, okay? And then I shifted my mindset into thinking like, Anick, you are in control of your mind. So you need to decide what you want in your mind, what stays in your mind. So if you keep telling yourself that you're stupid and you're not going to be successful, that's what you're going to attract because you have 60,000 thoughts per day. And if all those thoughts are like you're stupid, nobody loves you, you're ugly, Your family doesn't love you. Nobody cares about you, the world would be a better place without you. If you constantly tell your brain that I'm not a good leader, I'm not good in sales, I'm not good at recruiting, if you keep telling yourself all this BS lies, you're going to attract those exact scenarios. Okay. So, I changed those scenarios, and it's kind of like I forgot along the way how important they was, and 2020 sent me for a freaking loop. And then I started focusing on things that I was not in control of. I started focusing on the world and really scary things, and I was terrified about what's going on in the world. Terrified. And then what happened? It threw my life into a loop. I got really depressed. Was full of anxiety. I spent a lot of 2020 crying. And it was just proof that, whoa, what you focus on grows. And now I had to change back my focus. So I made a vision board. Like, this is my vision board right here. I made a new vision board. Last year I didn't make a vision board. 2021, my word is to serve and inspire and smile, and I want to start making $40,000 a month. I don't know, what's this, 30,000? I don't know. Anyways, be a better leader. Volunteer, that was my goal for 2021. Land, I want to own myself some land. There's some things on here that's definitely not going to be happening, but that's okay. Life has a way of working itself out. So I had to check myself, guys. I had to check myself before I wrecked myself, okay? And 2021, I decided that I'm going to turn a new leaf and really, really deep dive in myself and work on myself, guys. And that's how you become a great leader. People are just going to notice the change. You don't really need to talk about it. It's just going to happen. So I just focus on what I am in control of, and those are my thoughts. And I stopped looking like this, this junk that's out there in the world, because I realized I am not in control of that stuff, and it definitely was affecting my family. So I really needed, oh man, I need some water, 1 second. I really needed to change. And 2021, you can tell on my Facebook, it's been really positive, really positive. And you know what? I feel it in my soul. I feel it in my soul, and I know, you know what? Everything happens for a reason, guys. Everything. Okay, so all we can do is control what we can. So there's going to be downline, there's going to be recruiters, people in your group that aren't interested in the business, okay? That they're just sucking your energy. Let them go. You can't want it more than them. You got to let them go. You got to let them go. You got to just get new blood, new blood, new blood, new blood, new blood, all right? Yes. New blood. New blood is like just recharges everything, and they're pumped, and then you get them certified, and then they have their launch party, because launch party, and then you got to keep up that momentum, okay? So my thing with my group is that I tell everybody, get to star. Everyone's goal is to get to star. So when you get a recruit, you tell them your goal is to get to star. But before that, we're going to get you shooting star and certified. But tell them right off the bat, get to star. That is your goal. Get to star, so that they can start telling everybody, get to star. Get to star, because then you really feel like a leader, because now you have a few people down in your downline, and you will, they most likely won't quit Scentsy, okay? Know your limits, stay within it. Know your limits. Build boundaries, guys. Don't answer your phone all the time, okay? So, man, I'm totally addicted to my phone. I'm much better these days. And I took a hiatus off social media in December, and wow, did I get more clarity. So make sure you have boundaries. When you start enabling people where you're just like this on them all the time, and you just answer them all the time, you're enabling your downline to be lazy. What I would do is I would wait. I wait an hour sometimes to answer, or the next day. And I go, sorry, I'm busy. Did you post it on our group? Because that's where the group is at. When you start having a downline, my downline, I think we're at 4,500 in my downline. When your downline gets to 4,500, If everybody was messaging you, you would have a full-blown meltdown. Okay? So I know at the beginning you're super eager, and at the beginning, you know what? You're going to go through it yourself, and then you might have a meltdown, and then you're going to be like, okay, I need to build boundaries. Know your limits. If all of a sudden you start feeling a certain way, anxious, a bunch of people are messaging you, you now need to tell your group, okay, guys, this is something you guys are going to learn too when you become a director, when you become a star director or superstar director, that we need to build boundaries. Boundaries are so important, and there's some really amazing books about boundaries that I just started reading. And man, I have like 5 different books on the go right now. But for example, you know, and stick to this. So before I would, Wednesday night was like no phone night and family night, but I never stuck to it. So I would really recommend you guys to find, you know, because women start becoming successful, and then your significant other could feel maybe not as appreciated. So make sure that you have family time, okay? A night where you don't work, and a night that your customers also know that you're not available to work. You're not available, and your team that you're not available, and then inspire them to do the same thing. You know, pick a day and inspire them like, hey guys, I'm shutting off my phone. It's family day. I'm going to spend, you know, blah, 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 blah. You want to be the change you want to see in the world. Okay? And like, as I'm saying this, I sometimes almost feel like I'm a hypocrite because I fell off the wagon, I feel like. You know, I was like so mispositive, and then 2020, but I just know that everything happens for a reason. And I am a believer in Jesus and God 100%. I know there's a God and that he is amazing and he's working wonders on me. And I'm already feeling amazing blessings because I feel way more powerful when I have him in my life. And we're human, okay? So when you're a leader, you're going to expect to know everything. Go in my group. Okay. When I do lives, I ask my team, like, what's going on now? Blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know everything. Okay. A lot of my meetings now, because life is just spinning in circles in my life, it's a bit of a tornado. My Monday night meetings, we're watching a video together. Guys, you don't need to be everything. You don't need to recreate the wheel. And that's something I want to tell my team is, you don't need to recreate the wheel. You can watch other videos from other leaders. It's all good, Patricia. Love you, girl. So you don't need to do the full video. You know, sometimes people are like, oh, I don't know what to train. I don't know what to do. Watch an amazing recruiting video of Patricia or Jennifer Anderson or Chloe Cox or whoever, okay? Cassandra, so I'm live in my group right now too. Cassandra says, you are passionate, not negative. You're not a hypocrite. And honestly, we all are at times. Laugh out loud. I contradict myself often because I'm always growing and learning. Yes, Cassandra. Paige, you should do a podcast. Maybe I should, guys. I love Scentsy. I love my Scentsy family. I've never felt so accepted and had so many people have my back in my whole entire world. Okay, so Scentsy kept my sanity throughout this whole time. And you're right, Cass. We are always learning and growing. And you know what? When we do something as a leader or as somebody that feels uncomfortable, or you're like, I shouldn't have done that, or maybe change a different approach, how would you know if you didn't go through that? How would you know, right? And growing is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. So it's not going to be, life was never supposed to be easy. So it's really important to just do it, go out there and just do it, and then give yourself grace, meaning don't be so hard on yourself, and then learn along the way. If you keep doing the same thing, expecting different results, that is the description of insanity. So just when you do something, learn from it. Okay? Find a mentor. Find a mentor. Number 6, find a mentor. A lot of times I'll have people do ask me for a ton of help. I'm sure you guys had a consultant ask you a million questions over and over, and you feel like you've just given them everything. You know what I mean? And those consultants don't seem to do as good as the consultants that just go out there and just soak up all of the information. It's like, oh, great, I'm not your only mentor. You know, you have a bunch of different mentors. So for me, I have a mentor. Everyone should have mentors. Mentors. Those go-to people that you just love learning from and contacting and talking about your business. You need a mentor. Every mentor has a mentor. Every coach has a coach. Every psychiatrist has a psychiatrist for a reason, because you need that communication and open-mindedness, and just to realize that you are on the right track. Okay? Be emotionally aware. It's so important to connect. So we are in this business of building relationships. You need to be emotionally aware that sometimes and I wasn't always, sometimes, I love you, Nat. Sometimes when someone messages me like, oh, I'm done with Scentsy. And then I'm like, okay, like whatever, da 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 da, because I get like insulted. That was her way of crying out to me for help. And now I know that, because I started a conversation and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And she was just having a bad week and she just needed to talk. And then this girl is like a rock star now, because we build a bond and we build a relationship. And this business, that's what it's all about. Because you know that building a business is one of the hardest things you can do. Do you know how many struggles you're going to go through? How many times you're going to fall? It really pushes you as a person. It really pushes you as a leader. It pushes you as a mom. You know, you start feeling this guilt as a mom because you're like, oh, I should be doing this, 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 this. It's not easy being a leader, but holy macaroni, is it ever rewarding? It's so rewarding when I have my group watching and they're just pumping my tires, you know? And when you're going through hard times and they just like love you and they're there supporting you. Guys, we are in the best business there could ever be, the best company ever, all right? So when you're emotionally aware that when your group, there's sometimes drama in your group and people are hurting each other or causing drama or whatever, these people are hurting. These people are hurting. And you have to step up as a leader to put your ego aside and just give love to everyone. I've been so lucky. I barely had any drama in my group. Barely. And if I did, I don't really know about it because they're like, oh, no, Anick's not gonna. I'll be like, I don't care what she said. I don't care what he said. I don't care what's going on, but you guys are gonna just have to figure it out, okay? And like what? You're gonna stop your business because you don't like this girl? Like, come on. You know, come on. Let's be mature here. Your business is your business. So for you to stop your business because you don't like your sponsor, you don't like someone, you're making them money, okay, you're not making them that much money. So put your ego aside. What, they make 2% off you? Like, come on. Like, you know? And like, you're going to like stop your business. Like, that is not smart. But what will bring you to the next level, I feel like I'm lagging here. I hope I'm not. What's going to bring you to the next level, and when you show up to the universe and you show up to God and you're like, you know what? I'm going to be the better person. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be loving, and I'm going to be positive with this person. You are going to be rewarded like there's no tomorrow. 100%. 100%. Okay. Watch out and avoid common pitfalls of leadership. Everyone makes mistakes. And when you start thinking that you're not good enough and you get to a certain place and you realize you think that you're not good enough, that is a dangerous, dangerous place to be. Okay? because that will be a a self-fulfilling prophecy. We are riding this amazing wave with Scentsy. Don't think about when the wave's not gonna be there. What are you doing? Can you just appreciate what's going on right now? We are in hyper growth right now. So don't think about blah, 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 blah. No. Think about what's going on right now and focus on you want this. You're going to do the work. You're going to get to the next level. That's it. That's all. Point final. Okay? So don't ever think you're not good enough. Who told you you're not good enough? Society. Society's constantly telling us. Society is a lie. Society is not even real. It's all a bunch of nonsense. Okay? You have to be your number one. There's so many people like Carla Hunter is terrified of humans, not anymore, but was, didn't really like people, has full of anxiety, is super calm, and she's like has one of the biggest groups in Canada. There's people who yeah. So I'm sorry. There's people who became a director working their business in a hospital because they were going through a lot of stuff. There's people who have no arms and no legs and are surfing and writing books and is a motivational speaker. So don't give me this BS that you aren't good enough or you don't have the skills or you don't have the tools or you don't know enough people. That's all BS. All a bunch of BS, all a bunch of excuses to make you feel better that you're not where you are. It's all a wall in front of you. And you are victimizing yourself. You got to be careful. If you're victimizing yourself and thinking like, oh, I'm not good because, I got 4 kids or I'm blah, blah, or I'm going through this or I'm going through that. Like, dude, cool, whatever. Victimize yourself. It's not going to bring you success. So do you want to open up your eyes and see reality and realize the truth that that's just a bunch of BS you're telling yourself? How's that working? How's that working for you? All these excuses why you're not where you want to be. No one's ever been successful with that attitude. You want to be a great leader, you got to do what the great leaders are doing. They wake up at 5 a.m. They pump themselves up with some nice music. They have mentors and they have everything I'm telling you right now. They're their best friend in their mind. They're not telling themselves that they're not going to make it. They're like, I am going to make it because I'm going to make sure. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to make sure I'm going to get to where I want to go. I don't care what stops me. I'm going to get there. Okay? So, some of you need to change your attitude. Some of you guys are on the right track. But the cool thing, guys, is that every day we get to go to bed and wake up however we want to wake up. You get to start fresh every single day. You get to become whoever you want to become. If I go to your funeral, I know we're getting morbid here. If I go to your funeral, what do you want people to say about you? You have a neighbor. You have a cousin. You have a sibling. You have someone who worked for you. What do you want people to say about you? That's how you should be living your life. Oh yeah, she did Scentsy, but she was selling all these other companies too. Like she didn't even know what she wanted to do with her business. She didn't even know, she didn't know where she was going, or someone who, made me feel really good. People don't remember your nice fancy cars or your house or how much money you made. They remember how you made them feel. A great leader makes people feel good, great. You make people feel special. You make people feel wanted. You make people feel worthy. We all want the same things in life. We all want to be worthy. We all want people just to validate our feelings. That we have potential and that we can get to the next level. And you are. You will. If you want it, you're going to go for it. Number 9, learn from the past. Okay? Learn from the past. I also like doing this because so many of us have gone through so much crap in this world. And we forget how strong and how courageous we are. We forget that. I want you to remember everything you've gone through. And now you're like afraid to go live on Facebook? Or you're afraid to contact 20 people about joining your family? It's nothing to be afraid of. Let's talk about that. What are we afraid of? The word no? When I read the word no, do you start melting? Ah, ah. Does it give you a heart attack? You're going to get a stroke like so many no's. You're like, oh no, ah, they hate me. When you go through a drive-thru and they ask you if you want an extra cookie and you say no, does the person like, oh my God, ah, ah. No, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. Stop giving a shit. This is your job. They have no idea what they're saying no to. They don't even know. They have no clue. So how can we be mad at them for saying no when they don't even know what they're saying no to? They have no idea that Scentsy is the best company of the world and that we can make a ton of money doing Scentsy. We could change our whole lives with Scentsy. If they knew that, they'd be saying yes. So for some reason, they don't know that. So that's your job, to share that vision of what is possible. Okay? You need to constantly be sharing what is possible, what kind of environment is possible, and how much your life has changed. Constantly share how your life has changed with Scentsy. Constantly, you as a character, you as a person. Okay? And number 10, never stop improving. Never stop improving. Never stop improving. If you start thinking that you're the smartest person in the room, you need better friends. You need to continue learning and growing. Life will constantly be changing all the time. All the time. Okay? So if you get uncomfortable with change, change is inevitable. I can't even say that word. I can't even say that word. Okay? So always be a student. Always be a student. We're always growing. We're always learning. I feel like I am like brand new in Scentsy all over again. I do. Like I want to get onto Visly. I want to do all this like broadcast thing. I want to do. We're all changing our businesses constantly, right? Right now. So I feel brand new and stuff, and that's okay. It's fun. It's exciting. All right. Also, I just want to let you guys know that 2 minutes before I did this, I Googled leadership tips, and I saw 10 awesome tips for being a great leader. And I'm literally just reading. I see number 1. I'm like, okay, lead by example. All right, guys, we need to lead by example. Okay? What you see is not really what you get. Like, you think like, oh, and Nick like prepared this whole speech and da-da-da-da-da. Like, no. 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 All right? All right? No. That's not actually what happened. I'm just talking about what I feel and what I know and my experience. And you guys are way more experienced than you think. You have so much to give. And I'm so pumped to see you guys get to director. And you guys are going to do amazing, amazing things. Or, because people are watching from my group, you're going to get to star, and then superstar, and then director. But don't stop at director. Get to star director and get to superstar director. Don't stop. And then once you become, whoa, once you become a director, this is the biggest mistake I see people do. They become a director and they're like, okay, now I need to be a leader and teach my group. No, 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 no. Keep doing exactly what you've been doing. Work on your own business. Work on your own business. Work on your own, listen to me. Work on your own business and things will follow. People follow the leader in this leadership talk that I'm talking about. All right? So don't think that you got to do all this stuff. You don't have to do any of it. You can if you want, but if it becomes a problem and stops your flame, you only do things that serve your business and your passion, all right? I love you all so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this talk, and I'm just so grateful to be here and be asked by Patricia. She's a boss. She is a boss. You guys are so lucky to have her as a leader, as your leader, as your mentor. I love you guys so much. Peace out. I love you. I love you. Have a great rest of your evening. Thank you guys for watching. And if you're watching the replay, just write replay. Okay? Bye. Take care. Brush your hair. Hey, Fantastic Fan.